We have a cruise coming up in just over a week. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? Or is it? Hey cruisers, welcome back to CruiseReport.com. This is my cruise update. It is July, I think it's 12th. Yeah, July 12th, 2022. And the last time we were here, we talked about some upcoming cruises that we have. We have a cruise scheduled in just actually a week from Thursday, just a few days, 9 days from now. Where we're supposed to be flying out to Stockholm to where we will embark on Viking Mars, which is their newest ship, their newest ocean ship, for a 15-night Viking Homelands cruise. Always an exciting thing to sail on Viking. However, I'll tell you what, the stress of cruising right now is pretty amazing. And I think that's the bigger topic of today's video is it really worth it? Is it worth going through this to go on a cruise? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to just talk about all the different stress factors that we're dealing with in 2022, especially in the summer of 2022. Well, the first thing is the COVID testing situation. I mean, not only is it confusing, but it still exists. I mean, there's still many parts of the world where you're required to have a COVID test. Now, on this particular cruise with Viking, we were informed that the countries we're going to be visiting do not require that we be pre-cruise tested. So we are foregoing the COVID test on this cruise, thankfully. Also, they do not require a booster. Now, Ricky has had her booster. I'm fully vaccinated. I don't know. I had 2 shots a year and a half ago. I don't know why that even matters now. Everybody getting COVID has been vaccinated and boosted, so I don't even know what the purpose of any of this is. To me, it's all... Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But bottom line is, we're not required, at least right now, I'm not required to have a booster. And I'm not really excited about getting a booster anyway. I don't see the point in it. Since everybody that's getting COVID has been boosted, I don't see what the point is. But that's another topic for another day. Bottom line is, in some parts of the world, for example, cruises that depart out of North America, they do have to be, you still have to do the pre-cruise testing. Now, before, when we were sailing, we were getting our pre-cruise test done at CVS, just right down the street. They were free. It was easy. You go in, you got the results back the same day. Well, that CVS now has stopped offering tests. We have never done we have some home tests, but we've never taken one. So I just, this whole COVID testing thing just needs to go away. But that's just my opinion. Okay, but let's just say that you pass the COVID, you don't test positive. If you do test positive, you're kind of screwed because you've already paid for the cruise, you've already paid for your airline, you've made your hotel reservations if you have hotel reservations, you've gotten your time off from work, you maybe don't even have any symptoms, which is in most cases, and then for some reason you test positive 2 days before the cruise. Well, there goes your vacation, because they will not allow you to board the ship if you test positive. I don't know how many people are going to go through that multiple times before they realize, this just isn't worth it. We're not going to do this until all this COVID crap goes away. Then you've got, let's say you test negative. Let's say that you are still required to have a test and you test negative. In our case, the COVID thing's not an issue on this trip. But then you've got the airlines to deal with. Oh, the lovely airlines, yes. They were never good, and now they're even worse. So let me just tell you our current situation. We booked our air through Viking, fortunately, and we are scheduled to fly from DFW to Newark on American Airlines. That's one problem because they're always late or canceled. And then we're scheduled to go from Newark. We have like a 3 or 4 hour layover in Newark, and then we're scheduled to go from Newark to Stockholm, where we will embark the ship. And that is on Scandinavian Airlines, SAS. Well, guess what? SAS is in the middle of a pilot strike. And on top of that, they filed for bankruptcy in the U.S. a few days ago. So every flight that we're booked on through SAS has been canceled for the last several days. They haven't even flown because they don't have any pilots. And there's no telling what's going to happen. So we're sitting here wondering, okay, is Viking going to rebook us on different airlines? And if they do, will that cost more money? Will we have to, I mean, is it going to change our whole itinerary? What I'm saying is 9 or 10 days out from the cruise, back in the day, what my memory of cruising was, you're building this anticipation. It's kind of an excitement. You're looking forward to going on the cruise. But on this particular trip, all it is every day there's another level of stress and worry and concern and anxiety over whether or not we're even going to get to the ship. I don't recall that being an issue in the past. We always, used to book a day in advance to go into, especially if we're flying internationally. We would always go in a day in advance so that because American Airlines has always been lousy as far as cancellations or delays, so you always wanted to allow, especially if there's bad weather in the wintertime, you always did that. And we've had situations where we have been delayed and that extra day came in very handy. But now I'm beginning to wonder, maybe we need 2 or 3 days in the city of embarkation, because I'm hearing stories of people whose flights are being canceled over a period of days, not just hours. So all of this is going on in the back of the mind. On top of that, airlines are experiencing, or I should say travelers are experiencing, unprecedented amounts of luggage getting lost or delayed, but mostly lost. I think 220,000 pieces of checked baggage in the month of April alone were lost. So now you're worried, okay, well, we're going to get on this flight, we're going to check our luggage at American Airlines, and then they've somehow got to get that bag or those bags to Scandinavian Airlines in Newark. Well, what if you get to Newark and Scandinavian cancels their flight and they put you on a different airline? Are the bags going to make it to that new airline? How does this all get communicated? Well, apparently it's not getting communicated, and apparently it's not getting done. And a lot of people are ending up on their vacations with no luggage. That's not pleasant. And that's why on this trip, we reached out to Luggage Forward, because we've used them in the past. And we thought, you know what? We may not make it to Stockholm, but by God, at least our luggage is going to make it. We don't want to get to Stockholm and get on the ship and be on that ship for 15 days with no clothes. Plus I have camera gear, video gear, all that kind of stuff. So Luggage Forward is going to pick up our luggage this afternoon, actually, and it's DHL. They'll come pick up the luggage and they'll ship it to Stockholm. Now, you have to have your luggage ready, packed, and everything ready to go 9 or 10 days before the trip. But at least we're more likely, I should say, to have our luggage make it to the ship. We may not be there, but our luggage will have a very nice cruise if we're not there. And then we'll sort out the rest with our airline situation. So Now, on the way back, we're going to just check the bags with the airlines. If the luggage is delayed getting back, coming home a week, who cares? And honestly, if they lose it, we have travel insurance, we have baggage protection. So we'll worry about that at the time, because it's not inexpensive to ship your luggage with Luggage Forward. So it's about $500 per bag each way. So we didn't really have it in the budget to do this both ways, and we're only going to ship one way. So we're shipping our luggage one way, and then we'll use the airlines coming home and hope to God that we get our luggage at some point back home. Now, we do have trip insurance. Highly advise that. Anytime you travel, make sure you have some sort of travel insurance. If SAS ends up going into bankruptcy, they get bankruptcy protection, they really have no obligation to that point to rebook us on another airline. So I don't know. Maybe we have recourse through Viking. I just don't know. The problem is I don't know. And I'm having to research all this and study this. And this is not conducive to an enjoyable vacation. I have a feeling that if we get to the ship, and by the time we get there, we'll be so exhausted, we'll be damn sure ready for a cruise. I'm glad I paid for the Silver Spirits package with Viking, which is their unlimited beverage package, because if we get there, I will probably end up drinking my weight in alcohol to block out all this negative that's been going on. And in addition to Luggage Forward, we are also now going to be using these little air tags to, we've put one in each of our bags so that on the way home, I'm not too concerned about it with DHL shipping our luggage, but on the way home, if the airline loses our luggage, we will be able to at least tell where the luggage is using the air tags, hopefully. So I would highly advise any of you traveling, if you're checking luggage with an airline, get something like an air tag so that you can track your luggage. Okay, as if that's not enough, you've got the COVID issues, you've got the airline issues, you've got the luggage issues. Now we have to deal with inflation. Not only is all these issues, bad service and unreliability, but everything's more expensive than it was before. Airline fares are through the roof. If any of you have traveled, you know what I'm talking about. It's not unreasonable to assume if you're going on a cruise and you have to fly to the port of embarkation, your airfare, your hotel, your ground transportation, and any other incidentals to get you to that cruise ship will cost you more than a one-week cruise. You'll spend more on airfare, cars, maybe a meal or two, and Uber or whatever method of ground transportation you use. You'll probably spend more on that than you will on a cruise, which is pretty insane. Now, this is something that cruise line executives should not only be aware of, they should be very concerned about, because their business to a large degree depends on the airlines. If the airlines fail, if the airlines piss people off to the point that they just don't want to travel anymore, it's really going to hurt the cruise lines, because not every cruise, not every ship is full of people that live within 10 or 15 or 20 miles of the port. A lot of people have to fly to get to the port of embarkation. So, unfortunately, the cruise line's success is, in a way, tied to the airline's health and their ability to get people from point A to point B. And right now, they're failing miserably. It's not uncommon for 50 or 60% of the flights in any given airport to be canceled or delayed in any day right now. That's a lot of people. So at some point, that is going to have an impact on the cruise industry. At some point, somebody's going to say, wait, we paid $10,000 for this cruise, and another 5,000 or 10,000 for airfare, and we can't even get to the ship. We never made it. And now we got to deal with insurance and the airlines. You know, those crooks, what they do is they'll just want to give you a voucher for, to use on a future airline ticket, which just blows my mind that they can get away with that. I mean, what good is a voucher for a future airline ticket when you have to take it on that airline? You probably only have a year to use it, and then you've got to rebook the cruise. And I mean, it's just, does the cruise line, now if you booked your air through the cruise line and you don't get to the ship because of the airline, the cruise line would probably give you a future cruise credit or maybe even a refund. But I don't know. They all have different rules. So all of this stuff is going through your head. All of this stuff is going on in your mind. You're thinking, wow, is this the way I want to, is this what I want to do on my vacation? Is worry about this? So I don't know. Am I the only one that feels this way? If you have these same kind of thoughts, would you please put it in the comments down below? Because I am just, and this is what makes it even harder to explain, is this is our business. I mean, we are going on this trip to cover the ship for our website. If we did not do it for that reason, I'm thinking to myself, would I do this for a vacation? I mean, I'm doing it because I'm committed to do it. I feel like, I mean, we have people that are expecting us to tell them about this new Viking ship and to cover it and cover the destination and the excursions and things like that, and the food on board. I mean, that's our job. That's what we're doing, and I'm stressed out about it. I can't imagine if this were just a holiday where I'm trying to enjoy myself. So please, if you have any of these same feelings, or if you don't have those feelings, let me know in the comments down below. I'd really like to know. So anyway, I'm sorry to have it be such a downer. After we get back, we have about a few, maybe 3 weeks before we're supposed to go to Alaska with Princess on Discovery Princess. Don't know how that's going to go either as far as airfare and luggage. Who knows? They do require COVID tests right now anyway. They haven't gotten rid of the COVID testing for that, so we'll have to come up with a solution for that. And I'm not sure. I have to go check Princess's website again. They may actually require that I have a booster. I'm not excited about that. I don't really want to get that extra shot. But so anyway, thanks for watching today. If you liked this video, if you got any value out of it, I mean, I know it's not that cheery, rah, let's all go get on a cruise ship type of video, but this is just the way it is right now. So I feel like, got to tell you, thanks for joining me today. I'm not going to get any more negative. I don't think I could get any more negative. And I will see you on the next update, hopefully as we get ready to leave. If I have any more information on our air and how things change, I'll put out another video to let you update you on what's going on. But today we're shipping the luggage off. Hopefully we'll be there 10 days from now to pick it up. So I'll see you soon on the next CruiseReport.com.